Hey guys, this is Hurricane Stealth, and I want to give you guys my personal opinion on Advanced Warfare and on COD as a franchise. Keep in mind that I haven't played Modern Warfare 2 or 3. I started off on Black Ops 1, and I'm probably going to hear some shit for it, but it's whatever. Now, Advanced Warfare isn't a bad game. Let me say that first off, but it definitely isn't the best COD like these YouTubers and game websites want you to believe. But it had a chance to be. When I first saw the trailer and I saw first what it was going to have, I was super excited. On paper, it seemed like they were delivering us gold, but that wasn't the case. There are two issues I have with this game. I'll start with the major one, which is connectivity. When I first started this game, oh my fucking god, the hit markers, the lag, it was just ridiculous. As you can see from the gameplay, I am a hardcore player. I've been a hardcore player since I started. When I first started Black Ops 1, I was always getting frustrated that, why, when I'm pulling up first, I'm hitting the dude first, am I getting, killed? Then I have a couple of games that, I'll do good at, but most of the time, it was always like that I would have to do a whole clip and the dude would turn around and get me, and it was, basically I felt like it was connection issues. That's why I went to hardcore. I feel that hardcore, when you have lag and you have connection problems, you could combat it better. And it's basically based on who has the faster reaction time. Yeah, connection does have an issue with it, but you could fight that connection when you, now I feel, Advanced Warfare should have copied the same code that Ghost had. Yes, Ghost was reviewed as a bad game. I didn't think it was a that much of a bad game in the beginning. Yeah, because everybody was getting off that high off of Black Ops 2. So all the other games, yeah, they were subpar. But the one thing that Ghost did have on point was the connection. I never lagged on Ghost. It was always a smooth ride, and that's why I feel there were so many 2.0 and 3.0 players, because they didn't have stuff like the matchmaking, I guess, that you could say Advanced Warfare has, and the basically the lag. I think it's an artificial lag to cater to the noobs, in my opinion. That's my personal opinion about it. But Ghost definitely had no connection issues whatsoever. Now the second issue I have, which was apparent after Black Ops 2, was the fact that the game was catering more to the campers than to the running gunners. I know this one it promoted the whole running and jumping aspect, but honestly I believe that they really wanted the campers to prevail on this one also, because if they didn't, they wouldn't give perks like low profile and blind eye right when you start. Ghost, yeah, it was the same way. Ghost was, basically they were open about it, that they catered to campers, but they also gave you perks that would combat it. Yes, they had integrated silencers and all that, but the perks on Ghost made it so that you could combat campers if they decided to set up and ruin your game or whatever. Perks like agility, marathon, blast shield, sit rep, so you can see their IEDs. Stuff like that made it so that you could combat them. And 9 out of 10 times on Ghost, yes, there were people camping. Whenever I saw a person with a 2.0, I knew they didn't get it running. I got mine running, and most of my clan gets theirs running. But whenever you see a person with a high KD, it was mostly that they had to sit in a corner for it. And that's basically the way the skill is now with these Call of Duty games. Most people want to sit back in a corner and wait for someone to pass you by. Now Black Ops, mind you, had its fair share of campers, but I believe that Black Ops didn't cater to them. Why? Because you would get Ghost when you would become when you would level up to a certain amount. I think it was the very last 150 or whatever that you could get, that you could unlock Ghost. But the point is also, the score streaks on Black Ops 2 was definitely a camper's nightmare, because if you were skilled enough and you was able to get that orbital and that K9 unit and that swarm, there was no hiding from that. You could not hide from any of that. It was just it. You want to sit in the corner, this is the price you pay now. Here, not so much. Here the kill streaks the kill streaks here is garbage. You know, the UAV, you could get 4 kills for a UAV. All right, that's fine. You could upgrade it to get the threat detection and the advanced UAV looking, and that's all fine. It seemed good, but there's no point to it if, you know, everybody's, you know, wearing low profile. Everybody's wearing blind eye, and eventually I think you get cold-blooded, you know, a couple levels after you level up. You know, so that was a big turn off. You know, at least, you know, okay, if you want to cater to the campers, then you should give us something worth combating the campers for. Like I said, Black Ops 2, it was the score streaks. Ghost, it was the perks. Here, there's really nothing that could combat the camping, only because whatever they do offer you, the opponent has the perks there to render it obsolete. You know, you could have the threat detection, you could have the ping, but you get all the perks that neutralizes that at such an early stage that it's basically you shouldn't even, you know, worry about it. So that's my main issue. You know, like I said, also the kill streaks were not worth it. But if it was just the kill streaks, because the kill streaks in Ghost was garbage too, in my opinion. But since the gameplay was so smooth and the connection was so good, it was something you could overlook. I was getting 20-30 kills a game just by running and gunning, compared to people that get it with their Hind and Helo pilots. Now, if there was the same issue here, I wouldn't have a problem. But the connection is really the major crippling issue that is affecting this game right now. I think that the whole ping connection should get taken away. They should keep the connection that Ghost has, because from what I understand too, Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, from what I've heard from other players, had the best connection also, and I believe they were done by the same developer. So my advice to Activision is that they should have a universal connection all across the board, regardless of what developer decides to make the next Call of Duty and future Call of Duties after that. And finally, to the developers of Call of Duty, stop being a bitch. Stop catering to these bums. These bums are gonna remain bums regardless of what handicap you give them. As much as there are skilled players in this game, there has to be an equal amount or greater amount of butthurt players. And if you're a butthurt player, you only have 2 options. You either go to therapy or get a new fucking game. But regardless of what, there shouldn't be a handicap for a person not having fucking skill. So that's all I gotta say about it. You know, hit the like button if you agree with it. Subscribe if you agree with what I gotta say. If not, I could give 2 shits. Like I said, I'm not gonna get butthurt over any of this shit. I'ma still do me. So alright guys, I'll catch y'all in the next one if I decide to make another one. Take care guys. Watch Tony train a gang of hoes. Painful like hearing the news. Like when your man go, ants blow. Windy at times. Watch the room shake. Your girl love to sit out the sun.